Hey all, how's it going? This video is part of the hashtag Star Spangled collaboration in lieu of celebrating Independence Day, 4th of July. But I also want to wish Happy Canada Day for everybody here in Canada with me. 1st of July. I really would say Canada, US, even Mexico for some time was part of the great American frontier, just like open, wild, bad lands. I'm talking about way back when in the 1800s. And stews really came into my life with a video game, believe it or not, Red Dead Redemption. And part of the game, you actually have to go hunt, get good quality meat, herbs, and then you just give all that to your camp, and the cook makes amazing stews, which gives you great health benefits. It might seem crazy out there, but that's what inspired me. And that's what really got me into having and making stews, because the recipe ideas in that game are insane. It's not like you're making it, but you can collect the ingredients for the cook to make it. It all starts with bacon. And everything that starts with bacon ends well, right? So bacon always starting in a cold pan to let that fat very slowly render out. While that is happening, you take that fennel, you finely slice that, and you want to rinse that with cold water multiple times. Agitate it, shake it, because it grows in sand and it's kind of hard to take out the sand, so you have to wash it really well. Okay, while that's happening, you take your chunks of chicken, coat that with flour, and then mix it really well. That's gonna help give it some nice browning, a nice little bit of a crust. But at the end, when the stew is ready, that same flour, that coating, helps to keep the chicken very nice and tender. It just melts in your mouth. So the bacon here is looking pretty good. And if you're smart, you would take some bacon aside and top it off at the end, because when you're gonna make the stew, it will soften. It won't remain as beautiful and crispy like right now. Take that out with a slotted spoon, leave the fat in there, take a look at it. If it's not enough for the chicken, add more butter or olive oil, and then add the chicken in. Okay, so listen up. So the goal here is to give the chicken some color while preventing all that nice brown stuff left from the bacon and from the chicken that's leaving down there from turning black. You want to keep that nice and brown while we get the color on the chicken. That beautiful browning, the fond, whatever you want to call it, is going to add an incredible amount of flavor to our final stew. So keep a close eye. When the chicken is fully colored, each side, you take that out. You don't have to cook the chicken right now. Then immediately add in your veggies. So add in all those leeks, onions, carrots, and then start mixing it. Now as those veggies start to cook down, the steam, the moisture that's released from them will help to release the brown bits from the bottom and prevent it from burning and make it part of your stew. Now once you've scraped everything off, mince in your garlic and keep mixing and cooking until these veggies have become tender. So you can see the veggies have cooked quite a bit. Now you can add the rest of your flour. We used half for the chicken earlier. Mix this up, and you want to cook the rawness out from the flour. So keep sauteing for 2 to 3 minutes, making sure nothing burns at the bottom. And then just add in your bacon, the chicken, all of your baby potatoes, which are washed and sliced in half, dried spices, which includes thyme, rosemary, sage, and bay leaf, a nice grinding of pepper, and then your broths. Now I'm using a combination of a nice mushroom broth and a garlicky chicken broth. They both sounded amazing. My hands just reached out for these broths, and that's why I'm putting it in. Now I'll give it all a good mix, bring it up to a boil, and then lower the heat, medium low to low, until it's just simmering slowly. Remember, the slower it cooks, the more tender everything is going to be, especially that chicken breast, which needs a bit of help because it's so lean. And we've already done the pre-work of adding in the thickening agent, aka the flour, so you don't have to wait until the end to add a cornstarch slurry. But if you want, you can choose that instead, and I think that would make it gluten-free as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now let it cook, season to taste, add salt, more pepper if you want, and once the thickness is to your liking, then add in some fresh chopped herbs. And I picked dill. You can use parsley as well though, but dill I feel has way more flavor, and that's the kind of flavor that I was looking for, that classic dill, like lemoniness and the freshness that it gives. And this is my perfect stew recipe. And I know that it's hot out there, it's like 30 degrees Celsius on average, but that's why I have the AC on so I can still enjoy my stew. Now this will be good for picnics. You can freeze it, although I won't recommend it. And with that, I hope that your celebrations have gone or will go really well, and I'll see you all on the next one. See ya.